Hi, I'm Walt Moore. I'm a fourth-generation dairy farmer here at Walmoore Holsteins. We're started in 1909, so we're 111 years in my family. We're in southeast Pennsylvania, Chester County specifically, which is we're about 40 miles west of Philadelphia, near the Maryland and Delaware border. We milk about 1,050 cows, have about 950 young stock, farm about 1,800 acres. Our farm's situated in the Christina Watershed, part of the White Clay Creek, which flows south to Delaware, the Delaware River, and the Delaware Bay. So I partner with a lot of agencies or environmental groups in our community. Currently, I'm a board member on the Chester County Conservation District. That's neat for me to be able to partner with other farmers and folks from the industry. In addition to that, down here in Chester County, we're very blessed. We have a Brandywine Conservancy, and we also have Stroudwater Research, who are literally my neighbors. They all tend to work together along with our government agencies, NRCS and FSA. Really, the reason I do it is I'm always trying to say, what can we do better? What is out there that we can change to make our farming operations better so we're better community members? What we're doing is better for the environment.
Hi, I'm David Wise. I work for Stroudwater Research Center. So what creates a positive conservation partnership, I think, is really two things. One is a shared sense of vision and priorities and goals. And the other critical part is different capabilities and abilities. I at Stroudwater Research Center happen to have a couple of decades of experience of figuring out where can conservation funding be secured and be put into a package deal for a farmer to move ahead water quality priorities while also helping farmers with production priorities.
The number one thing we recycle on our farm is sand. We use sand for bedding for our cows. They're in what we call freestall barns. Cattle are allowed to get up and down out of their freestalls, go to be milked or eat, drink, those kind of things. As they do that, they kick some of the sand out of their stalls. That's mixed in with the manure, and we have a process to be able to reclaim that and recycle it. So we're able to reclaim somewhere between 80 and 85% of it. It makes a really good, comfortable environment for the cows and helps with really good milk quality. Here in Chester County, our growing season's roughly from the end of March till end of October. So we put cover crops on in the fall primarily to have a crop that will stay living through our winters. And the idea is to have something growing there with a root mass that holds the soil.
So Walt took that cover crop process to the next level by adding an additional species that makes it more robust and more effective at what it does. The second thing that he tested out was to try to establish cover crops earlier. The earlier they are established in fall, the larger the cover crop can be, the better protection it provides for the soil going through the winter. These are practices that farmers can do to minimize soil erosion, increase stormwater infiltration, keep the soil and nutrients on the farm where they belong and where they're doing good, at the same time reducing flooding for the general population.
Cows are making more manure every day, so we have storages to hold that. We call them lagoons. We have about 10 million gallons worth of storage. They're lined with HDPE liners so that manure stays in there, and then we're able to pump that out of there when it's spring and fall when we're ready to apply it. We try to avoid winter spreading because typically there's not a growing good vibrant crop there, so it's much easier for that manure to get washed off the fields and get downstream per se. That's negative for the environment, and it's negative for us too, because we're losing those nutrients.
Most conservation practices have an economic return as well as an environmental return. That double return on investment really becomes an important part of the process.
On our farms, we have several creeks, streams, woods with streams running through them. Next to or adjacent to fields. So over the years, we've put in some permanent vegetative buffers. So we've got grasses and then shrubs and trees planted, and keeps us further away from the stream with our cropping, and which ultimately keeps the manure setbacks back, so we're not applying fertilizers and manures right up to the creek.
Through our research, we have found out how critical streamside trees are to stream health. The trees not only act as filters, keeping things out of the stream, they actually transform the stream itself to be a very vibrant and important part of pollution remediation. This forested buffer is going in on 2 locations and will be a total of about 11.3 acres. Those are precious acres to a farmer. To give up land like that for conservation uses is a significant commitment. One of the tricks was figuring out a design for that buffer that gets the water quality work done while not throwing a lot of shade out onto his production areas.
Why do I do all this work on the environmental side of things? I think, one, I do think it's the right thing to do. For our area, we're a large farm, but we're just one member of the community. Yes, I feel it's a benefit to our crops, our soils, and I hope that long term, the next generations will benefit from what we're doing today.